I was born nervous.
Hello, welcome to this week's Wave of Action, and Kiki was born nervous by the sound of things. This week we're going to start off by talking about the much spoke about documentary Traffic. Now, this is a brilliant documentary. Everybody should watch it if they get a chance. It details the injustice in the UK care system. But the only way you can get a chance is by parting with a tenner. So today we're going to discuss whether this is right, because obviously if you're facing losing your children with social services, there's a good chance that you might be quite poor. And £10 is for a DVD is probably not high up on your list of priorities. And we actually think that the more people that would watch it, the more people would get interested in it and support a crowdfund, you know, should any legal action or anything arise from it. So what's your thoughts?
Well, not only that, you could also go down the different track of YouTube. If you have so many views on YouTube, you can sponsor it with ads, which would always be a good option for YouTube, you know, rather either way or both. Which would
you do make good revenue off YouTube if you get the hits.
Yeah, and for such a, I don't think there's many people who wouldn't actually share this and get it out there. I think quite a few people would. But the major threats that are going on throughout the internet are disgusting. You know, they're threatening people who've had their kids removed. That's not good.
Yeah, I do agree that it should be crowdfunded, because obviously they've had costs through making it, so it's going to cost them a bit of money to make it. But on a personal level, if I was going to do something like that, I'd do it free. But as a compromise, a crowdfund would be a good option. But at the end of the day, that kind of stuff should be free. It's like a corruption on that level, and the information being put out there should be free. It should be.
Well, we've done a few working on documentaries now, haven't we? And
yeah.
One of them was completely crowdfunded, and that had a complete camera crew and team going out, which all needed to be paid. That was all crowdfunded, and it was crowdfunded very quickly. People will pay and support things if they believe in them, if it's a cause that speaks out to them. They don't need to you know, charge for a DVD. And as somebody who grew up in care, you know, I feel myself that it's exploiting people in my situation, because actually this news should be out there for everybody. If what you're saying is true and you stand by everything you say, it is a crime not to be shouting that from the top of every single building, and you are as guilty as social services, in my eyes. You know, you are as guilty as social services charging people for that DVD, because that information could save a family.
Well, you look at the restrictions this puts on not only people who the DVD, but let's face it, right? How much effort do we have to put into plugging something and putting it out there before they'll even watch a free fucking video?
Yeah.
Go and purchase an activist style video, which it is. It is very activist. What are we expecting the mainstream people to do? Pay a tenner? You know,
and £10 is a bit more than cost, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think £10 very expensive for a film, in my opinion. Like, when I look at a film in general, just a normal film that you'd get from Hollywood, £10 means a lot of money. £10, like you say, on a meeting, that's really important. Like, £10 is money.
Yeah.
Especially in times like this, and to be honest, it's taken a lot of people out of being, you know, like, if I had a choice, £10 to go and buy their DVD, or £10 towards travelling to a protest to stand up for something, I'm going to save up for the thing. But that's me. You know, some people it's going to be, can I afford to put food on the table, or buy my kids new shoes, or whatever, they've got social services breathing down their neck. Can I afford £10 for this DVD? No, I fucking can't. Do you know what I mean? We're starving here. We're using food banks. I cannot afford to go out and spend £10 on a DVD. And that information is probably needed by me much more than anybody else. You know, nobody should miss out on the information in that DVD for the sake of £10. And to me, it is a crime to be charging that sort of thing.
Let's face it, a lot of the times when you lose your children, a lot of the people end up crowd surfing, couch surfing when they have been kicked out of the family home, because obviously they no longer have this family. So they're paying for either a large house that they no longer have children in, or they've had it removed and they're couch surfing at family and friends. They don't always have the opportunity to watch a DVD, let alone, you know, pay for it as well. It's cutting a huge chunk of society out to be able to watch it.
I mean, I'm not disputing the fact it's a good documentary, but it should be out there. And mainstream media won't put it on telly, so people aren't going to hear of it that way. The only way is by sharing the information. And most people aren't going to buy it for a tenner.
No, they're not. It definitely restricts the people. And this is when, you know, when you look at it, senses.
You're right,
you look
Kiki.
at the freedom movement, especially in Congress, they're built on not having censorship, on the internet being free, on information being free. This is what Aaron Swartz kind of tried to alert everyone to. He died for this cause. Why would we allow someone in the movement to gag?
Right, you wouldn't, would you? That's why we'll continue.
Oh,
yeah.
Paige is gone. He is gone. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Why would you allow the freedom movement, anonymous especially, who stand up for neutrality, against censorship, freedom of the internet, when the corporations do basically want to take it over? Why would we stand up for this?
I know, yeah. It just really does annoy me how the attitude of these people, the producers and the people who have taken part in it, like they really are like hell-bent on silencing everyone who's trying to like share this, you know, in a free manner. It is really annoying. Like, I've been watching it. It's hilarious. It's comedy. Like, something as serious as this, and they're trying to stop people from sharing it. And obviously the DVD has been banned as well. And it's just funny.
Well, so they say.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the funny thing, is I've not actually seen no articles or evidence to suggest it has been banned.
Well, I fell out then, but they did put up 2 documents earlier on, but both of the documents had different dates on it, and the one that was still in force did not have anything that mentioned traffic. But that's them that shouldn't be distributing it, but they're still doing it. The only issue with anybody else putting it out there is the copyright issue. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll post it again and again and again and again.
Yeah,
I'll stick it on lampposts and shit if I want.
If it's there out to the public, I don't see why we shouldn't. And I think the problem that they're going to have here is they're going to hit a brick wall every time they're begging the freedom movement. Because let's face it, the freedom movement needs the guys in forced adoption as much as they need us, and vice versa with things like the fracking. With every issue, this is what we do. We work together, we come together. If you're going to start charging, what if frackers started charging for a video? It's just the same with everyone. No one should charge for it. Like you said, we've been part of a documentary that had some quite heavy costs involved, and it got covered quite quickly. We've been part of this kind of thing, and I don't know whether somebody like me or you would have involved ourselves in the making of a documentary that was anything to do with profit. Is she gone again?
I know that is another thing about it is it does seem like these people are doing it for profit, because like just the way that they are being about it, just the wanting to make money from it, and it is disgraceful them wanting to make money from it.
Yeah. Is P back?
I think so.
Yeah.
P?
Yeah, it does seem to be completely about profit. It doesn't seem to be that they're worried about the whole money, the whole child issue of it. And when you look at the kids, they've pushed through this care system that's all about profiting on the trafficking of children. So what makes these people any better by almost, it's like going to the Mirror and selling the story to a national paper. That's almost what it's tantamount to.
Yeah. It's just getting through to these people. It's like with the crowdfunding, I think that is the best course of action for these types of things. Like with the Million Men March, like you see, that was crowdfunded and it picked up pretty quick. So I don't understand why they can't get it through to their heads that they should be taking that route. And if people are genuinely interested, which obviously it's a big issue, so people are going to be interested in this type of thing. And like, if there was a crowdfunding, I could afford it, I'd put some money into it.
And that's the thing. I think most people would. They would put money into it. They would fund anything like that. But the problem we've got is that when people put money into it and crowdfund and they want a good documentary to come out, it gets into the mainstream because we share it far and wide. This is not able to be shared far and wide. So even though it is there, it's not going to get very far because every time you share it, they take it down. So potentially they are literally wanting profit over awareness. There is no doubt about that. It is profit over awareness. What the agenda is clear. You know, I for one won't allow that. I don't want to personally. I have a personal, like I said, the film itself is fantastic. It needs to be put out there. I've got no issue with the film itself. It's the people who have produced it and the people who are controlling it. I have a personal thing about this now, and this film will get out.
Yeah, I think P's having issues getting in. She just put up in the wave chat, where is everybody?
Yeah, she's just she did what I did.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Another thing is as well. Yeah, go on.
It's all right. Keep chatting. I'm gonna add her.
Yeah, another thing. It's like obviously people like regardless of whether it's on the internet or it's a DVD. Obviously, vast majority of people nowadays have got the internet. So people are more inclined to watch it on the internet than to order a DVD, wait for it to come into the post, because it's only going to only like someone who's really properly interested in it will take the time to order a DVD and watch it on a DVD player. Obviously, the internet is where it's at, so they need to get this stuff on the internet. They need to crowdfund it. They need to get it up on the internet because the internet is the way forward to get the information out there, because it will go global. Like with the internet, it can go global. You can't go global with a DVD. Like, if anything, DVDs are becoming obsolete as technology gets better. Like, people can watch movies on the phone, they can watch it on tablets, through Xbox, through the laptop, and less people are buying DVDs. So I don't understand why they would take that approach. But actually, I do understand, because it's profit.
Yeah, it is. There is only one answer to it. It is profit. That is it. P? I think we're having problems with this. Cool. We can't see you, P. We can't see you. You're going to have to go. What you have to do is go through the Hangouts app and go and add yourself through that way. It won't work through the link. Don't do it through the link. Do it through the actual Hangouts app, because this is what I was struggling with. So, Yeah. So, well, I think we've established that, to be honest, there seems to be a lot more people who are very unhappy with how it's going, more so than people that are supporting it. It's a very feeble attempt, actually.
Mm. Yes, it is quite funny. I'm really trying to stop people from sharing it. It's hilarious. It's like a really angry kid just sitting on a table throwing its toys out because it's not getting its own way.
Yeah, yeah, that is very much what it is, and it seems to be like little threats of we're going to take you to court, and they've thrown these little threats around, but nothing has actually come from any of them.
I'd love to see him take someone to court over this. I really would love to see it. Can you imagine? I don't think it would not make it to court. How could they do this? How could they get that into court?
I don't think it's going to get into court, to be honest, and which completely contradicts, because the first time that they stated they didn't want it up, they said it was purely because they wanted to make it they needed to get their costs back. So when we brought up the fact of live streaming, they then changed that when we said, well, no, because we'll help you live stream, not live stream, crowdfund. Then they changed it to, well, we want to get it out on some of the channels, which also doesn't make sense because they're already selling it through Amazon, and most of the channels would turn around and say, well, fuck off, you've already put it out. So it doesn't make sense. P? No.
She's still up. What is?
Yeah, definitely. We'll carry on another 5 minutes. If she can't get back in, we'll have to cut this one short. But it's a good chat, and it's bashing the traffic thing. But but like we said, the traffic itself is a really good film. It's done really well. It highlights a lot of issues that needed to be highlighted. Nothing that's not out there already that we haven't got free to public viewing on YouTube separate. You know, there's the same information you can get in snippets here, then, and everywhere. Like interviews that were done on the film are free to get elsewhere anyway. So all the information they've got is basically information that is already kind of out there but crammed together, which makes it work, which makes it more appealing, which obviously is why it needs to get out there, but and also why it should be free.
You have to wonder though, has anybody done a doxing on these producers, on these people behind the DVD? Because you do have to wonder why they're so keen on making profit from it. Like
one of the producers herself. One of the producers herself has lost her children. So she herself has gone through the care system, which is another reason why I can't understand why she's charging for the profit. But it seems very disorganized and, to be honest, not too clever, because, you know, a few of the responses I've received back don't make sense according to what another producer has said, if you know what I mean. It's like they're just all scattered everywhere doing their ultimate best to just stop this coming out. There's no organisation, there's no like proper setup, which is why I totally disbelieve this injunction bullshit. It's like I'll wait for it. Like I said, if I get an injunction, I get charged, I'll take me to court, I'll pay a couple of quid a week, and then I'll find them and find out what the real issue is after that. You know, when shit gets hot, they need to make this free. That is one thing, they need to make this free. If they start making enemies over money, then they're going to find themselves down a rabbit hole of shit. And the documentary will suffer for it. They want to make sure that doesn't happen, because the most important thing that happens is this documentary needs to be seen, not that they need to be paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to be paid for this, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. And obviously, I fully sympathise with a woman because she's had her own children taken off her, but she really needs to look at the broader situation and realise that this information needs to get out there. And to charge people, it's just hindering the information. It's just stopping the information from actually getting out there. Like I was making the point about the DVD being obsolete. People aren't going to buy DVDs. Only a select few people will do it.
Yeah, yeah, they will, and that's the thing. Only a select few people buy DVDs anymore, anyway, because a lot of films you can get online and download, and not pirate. Although I'll have to admit, I like my free DVDs, my free films, but it's still, a lot of them are online, like from Amazon and places like that. That is really good. But this one is a download, send you out a DVD in the post, that kind of thing. And for £10, no, you can go Asda these days and pick up a DVD for £3, because the costs themselves aren't that high in making a DVD. Recovering the costs themselves would easily have been covered by crowdfunding. It's just, this is all just silliness. The amount of hits that it's had, it would have already hit enough amounts for YouTube. If they'd have had a YouTube channel up and done it through YouTube, they could have sponsored it with ads. They could have done that if they'd have put a trailer out. If they'd have put a trailer out, which they did, and it got enough hits, then they could have instantly put ads on the next one, which means they would have recouped the costs pretty quickly.
Yeah, you're right. Like with the ads and the crowdfunding, they would have been all right. They would have, if they were in it for the profit, they could have probably made a profit even from crowdfunding. But in crowdfunding, it's kind of transparent, isn't it? Crowdfunding, don't you have to? Isn't there like a receipt system on crowdfunding?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, because I've never crowdfunded. I've never funded in any way. I tend to feel that the movement is free, and that's free. If I've used my petrol to get to demos, I've used my money to get to events, and I've also done that to get to court dates and fracking camps and things. I don't see why we should be covering the cost for people to get from A to B. Maybe software and equipment, but then if you're in this, you're in this. If you want it paid and you want the way to be paid for you, then sometimes you have to ask what you in this for.
Yeah.
Different if you're doing a huge project, but there was no special effects on that DVD. There was no nothing. It's some interviews. It's video footage thrown together and put on a DVD. So it would be travel expenses, software, and not high rate software neither. It would be those kind of things. And considering she's a producer, the people, Pete Middleton, whatever their name is, Pete Middleton or something, films, they're producers already. I'm assuming the equipment was already there, or otherwise they wouldn't need the costs.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine if we wanted money for the work that we've personally done? Like, obviously, you put huge amounts of your own personal cash into like the Opry of Love and helping the homeless, and obviously, I've put some money through train fares and buying some bits and pieces. Like, can you imagine if we wanted to recoup all them costs? Like,
it seems wrong, doesn't it? It actually seems wrong.
It seems wrong. It really does. It really does. Like, why we've gone out of our way, out of the goodness of our hearts, to help these people. Like, we shouldn't have to. We should be telling other people, get involved. Use your own money to help these people. Not like, oh yeah, we like funders. We'll do it for you. We want everyone to do it.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it should be. That's exactly how it should be. To be honest, I think we've covered that, and I think P's gone.
Yeah, I think P's disappeared.
Yeah.
Into wave of action oblivion.
Yeah. To be honest, short and sweet on that one's probably best. If she wants to come back up and running in a minute for a different subject, we can do that. So yeah. So wave of action out.
Yeah, wave of action.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. I'm on my own. I'm on my own live. See you later, folks. Bye. Can you hear me, P? P, can you hear me? I think you're still having microphone problems, P. Do you think it's really safe that you leave me on my own in a live chat?